What's happening, crypto fam? Happy Monday. Good morning and welcome back to Love for Crypto. I'm Scott. It's a pleasure to have you here, so I appreciate you taking the time out to consume the content. Thank you. What a weekend. Wow. This house fell out, bro. I mean, is it even over? XRP's at 80 cents at time of speaking. Cardano's at 136. Binance coin is down to $272, mate. From over 600. I mean, we took some hits, man. V-Chain at 9 cents. Damn. Ethereum's still floating above $2,000. So, what a weekend. And we've seen some extremely reactive people, however you want to put it, on Facebook and whatnot. This space is not for them. You know, the people who legitimately, no matter what happens or no matter what they're thinking, they go online and they ask Facebook. They ask thousands of strangers and liars and scammers in Facebook groups instead of going to Google and asking Google direct. When you try to find out information which is borderline research of a new asset class, it's fucking research of a new asset class, you're kind of going to need to do more than go on Facebook and go, yo, which should I buy next? Or, yo, just put my life savings into Ether and it's down 20%, what should I do? No one cares, bro. Oh, we've got our own problems. No one gives a shit. You should have thought about what you was going to do and what would happen before you put the fucking money in. Yeah? This is why we say at first you should only be investing money you're willing to lose and then assess it as it grows. Anyway, over the weekend, this little bad boy dropped. SEC v Ripple could end with summary judgment on a fair notice. No one could be sued after that. Extremely interesting. This is before even the close of discovery, and it's faster than I expected. It makes me think they might set the hearing on their defense before even the hearing on whether XRP is a security or not. So, the SEC v Ripple case on Friday had a hearing on the SEC's motion to pierce the attorney-client privilege of Ripple and its lawyers. The regulator wants Ripple's labs to turn over documents related to legal advice it received in 2012 prior to the sale of its token, XRP, whether the firm was legally required to be registered with the SEC. While Ripple Labs fights off that request, arguing for attorney-client privilege, the SEC claims that legal advice could be proof that the firm reasonably understood that the nature of XRP, if not subject to federal securities law, then the company waived any privilege over those communications. SEC Attorney George G. Tenrino, sorry mate, butchered name, said Ripple's lawyers knew what the law required and that it could be a security. Their lawyers knew from the very beginning. And to now come and say to the court nobody knew and leave us unable to rebut that by showing all the advice that they got, not just what they selectively disclosed to third parties, is fundamentally unfair and fundamentally against the fairness principle as recognised in this circuit. Against the fairness, you want to talk about unfair, mate? Unfair is what you did to the asset's value, what you did to the holders and the investors in the asset. You crashed it, bro. It was in late April that the SEC filed the motion to dismiss Ripple's lack of due process and fair notice defense that the XRP token could be deemed a security. Ripple then filed its memorandum of law in opposition to the SEC's motion to strike Ripple's lack of due process and fair notice affirmative defense The defendant posted to the SEC's misrepresentations of the judge and omissions. During the hearing, it seemed that the SEC's George Tenreiro said that Ripple Labs wants to push for a summary judgment on its lack of due process and fair notice affirmative defense. Attorney Jeremy Hogan reported that Moment and suspects that Ripple Labs wants that hearing to happen. Even before the hearing regarding the nature of XRP, which could end the trial without that regulatory clarity, but with a precedent that would allow any future defendant in a similar lawsuit to claim they had no fair notice from the SEC. The SEC attorney let out that Ripple attorneys told him that Ripple intended to file for summary judgment on its fair notice defense in August. This is before even the close of discovery, and is faster than I expected, and makes me think they might set the hearing on their defense before even hearing on whether XRP is a security or not. A Ripple victory at that hearing would of course end the whole case. Would XRP have clarity then? Yes and no. XRP's status would not, but no one could be sued after that by the SEC because there would be case precedent that no one had fair notice anyways. I mean, fair notice, all this fucking bish bash bosh tish tosh terminology. The fact of the matter is, 6 years ago, FinCEN fined Ripple about $150,000. They fined them, so they was charged and fined because XRP, they were selling XRP an unregistered currency. So they had to register it as a currency with FinCEN. If it was a security, where the fuck were the SEC then? Seriously, where the fuck were the SEC then? If it was truly a security and they wanted to they want to protect investors, where were they in 2015 when it was 5 cents and no fucker had bought it? Why wait till now? And this is years after an all-time high in 2018. Why did they wait? Legitimately, they're the ones that should be in court, in my opinion. They're the ones. They're taking the piss. It's surely a farce, a charade. It just looks more and more like one every time I cover it. And when's it just going to be over so we can all just move on? It's worth noting, during the case, XRP's been over $1, and now back below $1. I said, oh, it'll be over $1 by the time the case ends. I still believe that. And if it isn't, expect it to go over $1 the day it ends. Eh? If I'm wrong, and it's not over $1 on the day this case ends, I fully expect it to then move to above $1 when the case is over. Relisting and all that, there's loads of variables. Is it relisted globally? Is it relisted here? Where is it? Can you still get it there? Can they get it here? Loads of variables, and obviously everyone needs to be able to get it before it can rocket again like we know it can. But we're seeing decent movement up. I mean, it went to 190 with hardly any Americans buying it. Think about that. It went to $1.90 recently with hardly any Americans buying it. And granted, it got relisted in a few places, but I don't think it's been relisted across the board yet. I just think SEC could end with summary judgment on fair notice. No one could be sued after that. I mean, I thought it was September-ish, in my head. It was going to be over in September, and then that lawyer guy on fucking Twitter and his article, he was saying June. because he's saying something about the new guy, but I can't even remember what it said in the article. The new guy in the SEC chair basically will have an option to just drop this motherfucker. Just drop it, bro. Like, what you doing? Why are you doing it? Who's told you to carry it on? Who's told you to do that? Because you must be as big of an idiot as that Jay Clayton was. You must need a big of a slap as Jay Clayton did. I mean, I'm all for stick him in the docks and whack a load of rotten veg at me. I'm legitimately down for that. Let's get him back in the town hall, tie him up, and veg the fuckers. Get some rotten tomatoes and just lob them at their head. Fuck it. Some people would like to do a lot more. I mean, some people could argue that they deserved a throat slicing for what they did. You could have suicidal people at home now because of, yeah. Especially in December when it went from flaming 70 cents down to 17 when they first opened the case. Absolute joke. Absolute joke. Recently, Ripple have ramped up the sales of XRP, and apparently the whales are quietly accumulating. Ripple's partner Accenture writes white paper with Swift on CBDCs. Ripple's partner Accenture, the technology and business consulting firm, has published a paper with Swift on the potential for central bank digital currencies, payment solutions, titled Exploring Bank Digital Currencies, how they would work for international payments. The paper claims and the surging interest for these type of assets. In one article, it just shows you like how innovative they are and what they're actually doing in the space. In another article, there's people like, but is it a security? Is it a security? 1933 Act, dickhead. Accenture is a Fortune Global 500 company alongside Ripple, BMW, Bosch, Blockchain Acceleration Foundation, Axum, Consensus, Crypto Valley, Constellation, Continental, CP Chain, DLT Labs, Enterprise, Ethereum, Alliance, Ford, and others. Accenture is part of the Mobility Open Blockchain Initiative, MOBI. According to the document, at least half of the world's central banks plan to develop a CBDC. 3 main factors contributed to this trend: to reduce physical notes, counter the effect of private cryptocurrencies as a threat to fiat, and improve security across wholesale markets. Interesting how they don't say speed up the transition of value, speed up the transactions of value. 3 main factors are just, let's just reduce notes, let's counter the effect of private cryptocurrencies, and let's improve security across wholesale markets. Let's make money move faster. Let's make a fairer system. Let's make a fair system. Or let's burn these motherfuckers down. That's what I'm saying. Whether the motivation, the momentum towards CBDC seems clear and growing. Some central banks are already conducting live experiments, and the potential for currency evolution is being framed by some as possible revolution in how value is exchanged. That's what we want to hear. That's what we want to hear. 2 additional reasons for the rising interest around CBDCs are the potential drive for financial inclusion for less developed markets, as the paper claims, and to enable payment innovations. The current trend suggests Accenture and Swift to make 4 assumptions. First, there is a high possibility that CBDCs will be issued by many central banks, both domestically and abroad. Thus, these assets could strengthen a new economy based on digital transactions. A reduced fiat monetary supply. A banking institution could have more control over liquidity in their financial system. In addition, the distribution of these types of assets could be under more control of authorized institutions. They could leverage tokens or digital wallets to provide users with accounts. I've got a better idea. Why don't the communities run it? Fuck your authorized institutions. Assets could be under more control of authorized institutions. Listen, these digital assets are not going to be under more control of you. And if they are, your network can get fucked. Get fucked, mate. I'll be in it as least as I possibly can. I will not spend your fiat fucking money if your network doesn't become open, transparent, and fair. You horrible robbing bankers. If you're a banker, quit your fucking job. I don't give a fuck if you got to go to Tesco and beg them for a job. Don't fuck it. You work in a bank, you're a knobhead. I've said it. If you work in a bank, you're a knobhead. Now, if you're a teller in a bank, go and be a teller somewhere else. Don't work for them horrible bastards. If you're upstairs in a bank investing for the bank, what are you doing? Go and do it for yourself, your family, and stop doing it for them suits that just rip us all off and rape us financially, yearly. Ripple and the XRP ledger as a bridge for CBDCs. The paper claims that commercial banks could have a major role as providers of CBDCs for the clients. Conversely, these assets will need to have two key characteristics: infrastructure and interoperability for cross-border payments and other use cases. The paper claims the following, with potential room to apply one of Ripple's XRP-based solutions. The concept of CBDCs moving cross-border is complex. It is technically achievable with various technologies, but the meaning and use of CBDCs outside its native jurisdiction is unclear. To be practical, some form of interchange mechanism with local currency must exist. What will be required is a multilateral interchange mechanism that enables payments to be made end-to-end in frictionless form. The report focuses on how SWIFT will play a role to drive CBDCs. Ripple has had an active role in this area. Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple's CEO, disclosed at the end of January that there have been meetings with banking institutions to issue CBDCs. Their paper has gained a lot of attention from the XRP community. Popular community member Wrath of Popular, mate, I don't even know your name. I'm not even going to know it's a Rapov Khan. Sort your fucking name out. Jesus fucking, just put a decent brand name or put your own name or fucking Wrath of Khan. Mate, stop watching Star Trek, bro. If you fucking popular community member, I don't know who the fuck they are. That's how popular they are. Jesus fucking Christ. To share the news, what highlighted the document mustn't be interpreted as a sign of a partnership between three companies. Essentially clearly has multiple relations. XRP trades at $1.46 at the time of writing this. Jesus, when did they write that? A couple of days ago. 2 weeks ago. Shit, they're bad. So, I just wanted to highlight that on one hand, you've got an American agency. Lens flare! You've got an American agency basically just looking like fucking dickheads. And then you've got other agencies, institutions and banks thinking like, look, Ripple, let's do this. Let's create some CBDCs on the XRP ledger. Let's move forward, let's innovate, let's fucking do this. What the fuck are the SEC doing, guys? All I know is what I'm doing. I'm investing in myself. I'm investing in the internet of value. I suggest you do the same. Invest in yourself. Fucking lens flare there, bruh. That's a bad than that. Invest in yourself. Invest in the internet of value. Yeah? Live long and hodl it all till you're ready to let it go. Exit strategies, baby. Don't be too reactive when you see some news. Stop fucking looking. I've told you before, the only reason you should be looking at the price is when you're going to buy. Don't look daily to see what your fucking net worth is. It's only going to upset you on days of dips. If you've got some money to put in, have a fucking look. And this is why we said the other week, dollar cost average. We was fucking way higher than this the other week. It was like, oh, what are you going to do if you got $1,000? Well, you put 250 in, then you wait a little bit, you put 250 in, then you wait a little bit, you put 250 in, and your dollar cost average over time. It can go for you, it can go against you. If you'd have started doing that 2 weeks ago, it'd have gone for you. Start doing it now, it might go against you. Who knows? But it's the best way to go in just in case. Wishing health and happiness to you and yours. Turn your hobbies into revenue. Yeah, we love crypto, we love XRP, and we love you. Until next time, take care, enjoy your week, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.